Okay. Stream is up, that's perfect. We have both perspectives here now. So, oh, I forgot to roll a d4 of fate. Roll the d4 of fate. D4 of fate says... Watcher.
Watcher.
Watcher. Randomosity, are you in chat?
Yeah, he's here. He's here in voice.
So
Yeah, I can hear you.
thoughts on updates every time someone finishes an act?
No, let's not do this. Let's not do this. We are, even though I said gentleman's agreement, let's just do it natural. There's pretty much 90%
I think
of the
something's
tournament.
wrong with the natural. I think it creates a lack of like communication and like idea of like two people against each other. It's like, what's the point? Like we could be doing this asynchronously.
It could be done asynchronously, but this is how 95% of the tournament's done, and it kind of provided a lot of like tension or whatever.
Alright.
Unless if Randomosity wants to do it,
Nope, that's
it's
fine.
perfectly fine.
I don't really mind either way, honestly.
No, that's fine. We can go with that.
The only like thing I would care on is like that abolishing the score being a tiebreaker thing, but that's a whole other issue.
Well, I got an issue with time.
Say the Spire, AU natural.
All natural.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's a French thing.
Yeah.
All natural.
My bad.
Alright,
I should
well.
know that better.
Why are you French?
No, but I feel like I should remember the term "au natural" because I've seen that before.
Are you
Regardless,
a New Yorker?
regardless, everything's cool. We have both the seeds the same.
I'm set and ready to go.
Yeah. Slay le Spire.
If it were French, it would just be pronounced "slay their le Spire," because you don't pronounce the last vowel in French words.
I am learning everything. Messier will look back on this VOD and say, "What the hell, Prism?"
Right? Like that's why it's not Messier. It's Messier. You don't pronounce the E.
Very true. Messier. Regardless, that's why he would look back and say, "What the heck, Prism?" Anyways, looks like both players have the right seed. If both players are ready to go, I will deafen myself after the countdown. I will begin the countdown on 5. Both players go.
Good to go.
Okay, how about you, Random?
Yep, I'm good to go.
Okay, so with that out of the way, good luck to both players. Have fun. The countdown will begin. Twitch chat's on my phone. OBS has everything perfectly fine. I have perspectives 1, 2, and 3, yada yada yada. Countdown begins now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go, 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 like have fun. Anyways, so I'm muted on Discord. That's good to see. They both begin. Solmen instantly snap picks the boss relic swap, even before looking at the map. Very interesting. Looks like a pretty good deck though at the start of it. Let's see. Looks like there won't be a super elite snipe with the 3 health. Randomosity also picks the boss relic swap. So the only 2 damage cards right now as it stands is or there's 3 technically with Expunger, but there's Just Lucky, Wallop, and Conjure Blade. So we'll see what happens here. I think the deck will be good enough, but oh yeah, there's also Eruption. You thought it was the Incense Burner? Yeah, it's just Pandora's Box. So it's gonna be Expunger ×1, but I think that's perfectly fair. This could actually be a kill right here if they do Eruption into Expunger, right? No, it's only 9. He's 3 damage short, but I think you actually just go for it. I think you go for Eruption Expunger. And then you kill the, But they just don't want to take the risk, which I think is actually kind of fair, to be honest. But I think they could have done it. They have Omniscience here. Regardless, either way, this fight's almost over. Both players taking it somewhat slow, wants to be safe. No player has taken damage yet within this fight. Like Eruption, Expunger, Wallop should be a kill here. Signature move. I think Signature move is actually a really good pick here from Solmen's perspective, because there's not really that many attacks yet, and you need the damage. Solmen picks up the Signature move. Randomosity picks the third eye. Interesting. So not that much damage quite yet, but we'll see what happens. Expunger could potentially ruin the day here. Or Wallop ruins the day for a signature move on this regard. Let's see. Both players take 4 damage, so they're at 57. Right now, it's actually kind of good how the audio is working out. If it gets weird, I can mute it later, but it's good for now. Mental Fortress about to be used. Wallop's being used here. Solmen's out of the Jawworm fight. Looks like he might go for a Reach Heaven. Needs more damage still. Both Reach Heaven plus Through Violence are wonderful damages. Although the Reach Heaven half is kind of bad energy for strength, or bad energy per damage. The Randomosity also gets to the fight. Picks the Reach Heaven. Finds himself off against the Bird Cultist. Solmen also goes to the Reach Heaven. I think, honestly speaking, for Solmen's perspective, I think the Sanctity, or the block that he had there, would have been potentially interesting. Because he did have the damage from last turn, but looks like he opts to go for the extra damage as well. Randomositarian goes for the 2 random upgrades. I think that was Expunger plus Master Reality going to 0, if I recall correctly. It was kind of fast. We'll see what happens here, though. Solmen gets Master Reality Conjure Blade upgraded. Solmen takes the Golden Idol for the max HP. Same thing for Randomosity when he got there. Randomositarian at the campfire upgrades the Wallop. I think this deck can fight elites, but I think you're like very draw dependent, so we'll see how this goes. Master Reality also synergizes quite well with the Reach Heaven inside the deck. Doesn't quite get perfect block here, but will have very interesting. I think you might want to just keep that entire hand, yeah. So it takes 3 damage this turn. Starts going through. Through Violence, I think. There's so much damage opportunities here. Through Violence just kills the right one immediately. And then they have the perfect block here regardless. They could actually start hitting the middle. They could hit the middle sentry and then go for the right sentry with the Through Violence. Solmen opts to upgrade the Omniscience, very interesting. So now it's actually playable without any miracles from the Deus Ex Machina. Signature move will be able to be casted here. Doesn't quite get a kill on 3 HP, but gets the outer one slow enough. So he will take 10 here, but that's perfectly fine. While he could have done the middle one, like to not take the 10 HP, that means he takes 0 damage on this turn, so that's perfectly fine. He can also use the Wallop and take 2 damage here. But opts to just go for the risk here. We'll see if it pays off. Hopefully it does. Gets the Tantrum for 18. But then also has the Just Lucky as well, so that's perfectly fine. Gets to the fight. Both players on 37 and 49 life respectively. Randomositarian picked up a Cloak Grasp. Or is it crap? Either way, I forgot how it's pronounced, but either way. We'll see what happens here. Solmen goes for the direct healing as well as the max healing. Cloak class was from the chest, so both players have a really powerful relic, and this is a watcher only relic. Shoutouts to CC for the message lead. I'm gonna assume that was a robot. Yes, that was a message from a robot. Thank you, CC, for destroying the robot. Purge the robots. No defects in chat. Conjure Blade this turn takes a bit of damage on this turn from Solmen's perspective, but will still have life lead. Gets a kill on the Jawworm. Gets Master Reality active. Gets more block from the Cloak class, but it was, regardless, already had enough block and damage, yada yada yada. Train's passing by, giving moral support, says, wow, these are 2 strong competitors. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tier S mod, Brino's S. I'm the Druid of mods. Solmen picks up a Bowling Bash here. Both players find themselves off against the Lagavulin, and Randomositarian gets a turn 1 Conjure Blade upgrade. Same thing for Solmen. Both players are able to just get a maximum Expunger here. I think you could actually just go for the risk and get the, what's-his-face here, Expunger with the Eruption here. But Randomosity opts to play it safe. I think that's fair. Could have had Lethal here this turn. Actually, might just have it with the Tantrum anyways. Solmen gets through the fight, 50 HP, gets another fruit. Both players are very fruit-hungry right now. Conclude might be powerful, but Protect is also quite an option to consider, because it's more defense and it's more consistent too. Conclude would give much needed AoE, but we'll see what Randomosity picked. I didn't get to quite see what Solmen picked, but either way, I would take a healthy guess and say it's either Conclude or the Protect. We'll find out in a hot second. Solmen at the shop goes for the obstacle for the card remove, but there's not really. I guess you remove the Master Reality. I think Master Reality has been okay so far, but wants to get more consistent draws. I think that's perfectly fair. Finds himself up against the elite. It's Gremlin Knob. I think Gremlin Knob just dies here. He can also even. Oh wait, no. Reach Heaven is in hand. Unfortunate. Otherwise, he could have done Signature Move and just obliterated the Gremlin Knob, but still get some damage in. Just decides to kill it, uses Energy Potion, says, get me out of this fight, finds Duality, pretty powerful relic. There is Wallop, Signature Move, and Empty Fist. Goes for the Empty Fist. Interesting. Empty Fist over the Wallop seems kind of crazy, but I guess the deck already has a Wallop, so maybe 2 might be overkill when you want to get more consistent ways to leave stances. So we'll see what happens. I had a run. I think I genuinely had a run where I got all the fruits. Let's see. So there's pear, there's strawberry, and then there's I forgot what the other ones are off the top of my head. Regardless, Random finds himself within the Gremlin Knob fight. You might want to go for Conjure Blade here. So this is gonna be a maximum Conjure Blade, but I do wonder what the turn will be outside of that. The Miracle Pluses will provide a lot of block here because of the Cloak Clasp. So he'll take, he'll block for 6 at the end of this turn. And then next turn he will have quite a couple of options here. Oh wait, Solmen's Protective might have frozen here, unfortunately. Oh, it's back now. Perfect. Mango's playing out. Mango, thank you for the... Mango's playing out of his mind right now. Randomosity takes a lot of damage here. This could be a Gremlin Knob death. This is incredibly close, but finds the Expunger for 8. Bam, pow. Does a billion damage. Gremlin Knob is no more. I would say right now Solmen has a very healthy lead. Has an entire 35 health lead and can go for the Smith upgrade. Whereas Random might have to go for the... he says, I'm just going to kill the slime boss. That's what Watcher specializes at. So they both went for the upgrade. Solmen upgrades his Wallop. While I think Randomosity went for the Tranquility. So he's going to throw away the Vigilance because he already has Tranquility retaining in hand. Might be worth it to maybe cast the Eruption there, but we'll see what happens. I think there's still a Tantrum. Solmen has his Tantrum. So next turn might just be a lethal here for Solmen on the Slime Boss. Because Slime Boss... Oh, wait a second. Wait, you could... Yeah, so Flurry of Blows gets procced here. Oh, Expunger! Bam, bam, pow, pow! Boom! He says, look at this damage, Prism! Randomosity gets through the fight. Solmen also gets through the fight. Both players say, I know I can take 0 damage against Slime Boss. Slime Boss against Watcher is a joke. Perfectly piloted between both players. There's Empty Cage, Curse Key. Solmen opts to take the Curse Key. So does Randomosity. Both players are zooming through. Both players pretty much get through the act at the same time. Solomon's only like 2 seconds behind, 3 seconds behind, but they're on the same floor right now. Like slight delays, like all things that are like Twitch and whatnot. But we'll see who goes first. Randomosity picks their thing. Actually, second because Solmen like is not behind like Discord's direct feed. But regardless, Randomositarian up against the Avocado, same for Solmen because it's the same seed. This is a very intense match. Both players are playing extremely well. And both players are on the rails, I gotta say. Let's see. Solmen going for some Watcher shenanigans. Just Omniscience nearly for lethal. No, has it with the Just Lucky. Oh man, Omniscience just coming in clutch. Dealing a billion damage thanks to the sequence of plays with like the Expunges and the Bam Bam Pow or Conjure Blade into Expungers. Looks like Randomositarian might just go for the same plays, but we'll see what happens. Solmen opts to buy a potion, gets rid of the speed potion for the duplication potion, avoids the damage from the woman in blue, finds himself off against the birds. Opts to use the bronze potion here because he says, I cannot deal with this fight right now. Might use Omniscience for blocking, potentially. There is Bowling Bashes, there are Wallops, but I think you want to go for the Wallops here, because even though you get less block, you just get, if you knock down the birds, then you also just reduce the damage it deals to them, but you're going to kill them eventually. Almost gets the kill, a little bit off. but does find it. Gets rid of the curse here. Will draw into Expunger next turn by the looks of it. Middle bird might just be dead. Randomositarian up against the shop. Finds the triple birds though from the question mark. There is no escape from birds. Solmen kills the birds right now pretty much. Randomosity also picks up the Neon Bone from the shop. So we'll see what happens here. Unfortunately, Randomositarian does not have the Doran's potion here, so he's gonna have a tougher time getting through this fight, I imagine. Master Reality Omniscience can do some wonder, I imagine. But we'll see what happens here. Omniscience right now can kind of pull, I guess, Wallop, but it isn't gonna be the best, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. Bowling Bash could also be good if he's super lucky. Absolute Omniscience to Omniscience, gets Tantrum, gets Bowling Bash, is gonna get one more pick, I think. Right? But just kills everything. Everything's getting sliced up left and right. Bam, bam, pow. Birds are knocked down. Solmen picking up the Orrery from the shop, so he gets 5 more card picks. Examining all the cards, there's a Vault there and there. There's Ragnarok 2, Collect, Sands of Time. This is also going to change how Card Wars are going to look throughout the seed, so now everything's completely different. Finds a Rushdown, finds a Vault, finds a Protect Plus, finds a Cut Through Fate or Collect. Or Sands of Time, that is an option. Goes to the skip there. Might go for the Slash Rip, go split the Crescendo. Might want to... says, I'm done with this, no more, like, Strike Dummy is gone. Ruby or Sapphire Key. I do not need to add anything anymore. Random picks up Normality from his chest, where I think Solmen got a much less difficult curse. This Normality might just screw things up. Omniscience here will play it immensely. So Random's facing up against the Elite while Solmen's up against the... what's his face? We'll see what curse Solmen got exactly. But I think he should be relatively good. Signature move, putting in some work there. Takes a bit less damage. Has Cloak Clasp blocking for 2. I think you could do Omniscience into Omniscience, but I don't know if that's going to be enough for a kill. You could do Tantrum first, then you get Reach Heaven, then you get Through Violence, I imagine. That could be a lethal. Not too sure quite yet. 31 damage coming from this avocado, but I imagine thanks to Omniscience, this should be a lethal here somewhere. Solmen also has a Deva form somewhere. I don't know where they got it, but they got pretty powerful. Does Crush Joints into Crush Joints, gets the Vulnerable out, Wallop, Bam Bam has a lot of block. Expunger at 0 energy still provides some more damage. Gets Crescendo, gets the... Is it enough though? That's 18 and 3, I think. Randomositarian gets the perfect block on his turn here. He does also have Cut Through Fate as well with the and can get a Crescendo or Tranquility here. So draws into Tranquility, gets the Wallop, and then they could also do Eruption and then Tranquility at the end of it. And then you have perfect block here again. Also shouts to Cloak Clasp. Tantrum here. But there's Normality is the problem. Solmen has a slight floor. Oh wait, it's not a slight floor. He's at 27. Let's see. Upgrades to Deus Ex Machina. Now he has Empirical pluses. Now Solmen enters the fight against Book of Stabbing. Randomosity takes 1 stab, so now he has a wound in his deck. Good thing he did not draw the Normality there on the reshuffle. That would have been devastating. Solmen, Master Reality, has that. He could have... Well, let's see, he has only 4 energy. So he's going to do Omniscience to Omniscience. And we'll see if this is lethal here. Has Deva form on the first one. Opts to go for a more slower thing. Gets the Vault on the next one. Ends the turn right here. Was there a chance to play one more card there? I don't recall. Regardless, either way, Solmen is a setup god on this fight right now. Has a Wallop with the Eruptions. Now he's close to full block. Has full block there. Perfectly done. Tantrum on the Rat. The Avocado Rat's trying for the revenge, but has to use Energy Potion for the Omniscience. He doesn't have it quite upgraded quite yet. Tries to get rid of Normality, says, I don't want to deal with this card. This is dangerous. Might exhaust it, but he could do Omniscience into Normality into another card. Gets the Wallops. Wallops are just burning. Omniscience, or Normality's gone. We'll take a bit of damage here, though. That is 13. That's not negligible quite yet. Solmen gets the kill on the Book of Stabbing, picks up the Blood Vial. So now both players are even on floor now, but has slight different order in how they tackled it. Solmen up against the Chosen Bird Cultist. I imagine he should be able to go through this fight just fine. The question is how fast he can do it. I think both of these guys have insane decks. All of it comes down to when they draw their Omnisciences. Because they could do Omniscience as long as they're not drawn on the same turn. And if it's drawn on the first turn, that's pretty much death sentence to whichever enemy shows up to try and stop the Watcher. Chosen does his curse, makes the Watcher suffer. But I don't think that quite matters because there's just a billion damage coming in. Randomosity finds himself up against the triple Slavers. This is quite dangerous. Is a bit short on damage here, but he's not dead, so that's, you love to see it. But this is really scary still. Has a kill with the Eruption if he chooses, or a potion here, empties the stance. Unfortunately, draws both Omnisciences, but still has quite good plays though, thanks to Wallops lurking in the deck. But you would have loved to see Omniscience be like drawn like one card later, at least for the second one. While putting in work, there's still the Fire Potion if he wants to do so. Might be worth it to actually just do it now, because you want to not get the Vulnerable debuff on you. Gets more block here, opts to discard the Conjure Blades. We'll see what happens here on the next turn, though. Double Wallop will be great. Is weakened this turn, though, so it's kind of scary. Uses Eruption on the middle one, has the Miracle, and then has the kill there. Has perfect block, too, and Cloak Class also adds more block as well. So, while Randomositarian has the floor lead, because he's about to end this fight right now, Normality almost just ruined it, and he would have had to use a Fire Potion there. He does get healing, though, thanks to me on the bone, so that is some sustain happening. Finds the Chosen Bird Cultist, so he gets 2 more HP. And what's-his-face will still be proccing the meat on the bone. Just 1 second. So, right now... Let's see, so... Solmen still has the floor lead, or he still has the health lead. Randomositarian has the slightest of floor leads, but that's about to change in like a hot second after the card reward is either skipped or picked. Conjure Blades appearing, we'll see what happens with the question mark here, because it seems to be different. There is the Knowing Skull, and Solmen chooses to just leave immediately, says, I don't want to deal with this skull. So now Solmen has the floor lead, and Solmen also has the health lead as well. But when the fight ends, this should be a meat on the bone proccing here. 12 more HP on the books, 41 HP. So now Randomositarian has the floor lead. Talks of the Hand Plus is a pretty big upgrade. Collector, collected names, wants to say, I'm gonna be the deadliest boss of this tournament. Crush Joints gets the Vulnerable in. Doesn't really do much though, because it's only 1 Vulnerable. Omniscience can do some crazy things here. Master Reality, proc, Omniscience about to show up too. We'll see if Randomositarian can draw their Omniscience on turn 1. They might also want to play their Distilled Chaos to even do it if they need to. But we'll see what happens here. Everything's flying left and right. Not quite an Omniscience, unfortunately. Looks like they might try and go for a Conjure Blade here. Hope for the best. Looks like they're going to go for Distilled Chaos first. Looks like they're going for Omniscience, which is going to be pretty good. Can now do another play of cards. Everything's flying left and right with these Watcher decks. Solmen looks like he got his Omnisciences off on his Deva form, and goes on the Protect 2. Deva, Protect. Everything's just happening. Gets the Cloak Clasp. Randomositarian kills one of the Torch Heads, has 43 HP still. Looks like he can set up for a big turn thanks to Through Battles, and eventually I imagine there's going to be Expunger on the way. Third Eye giving some more block, Third Eye giving some more scry, lots of card manipulation there. With this Wrath, has Tantrum, has Expunger 9x7, 18x7 actually. Bam Bam Pow, that's 100 more HP, still has to get through it, kills the Torch Head. Kind of unfortunately wasn't able to do enough damage to get a kill there, but the debuffs is gone. This could be a spawn from the Collector on the next turn. Randomosity might have to just get lucky though, but we'll see what happens here. Empty Mind tries to get more draw, tries to just go through the deck fast, gets Tantrum again, goes to Cut Through Fate again. We'll see if he gets to the Expunger again. I'm not too sure if the Expunger's in the draw pile or discard pile, but we'll see what happens here. Nope, it's in the discard. Has to deal with the, what's his face? This is very risky, but has the Calm in hand. Solmen gets through the fight. Ragnarok, Devotion, Alpha. Randomo still has enough block to survive. Gets the meat on the bone perfectly. This should be a kill here. Gets the healing. Solmen picks up either the Lotus, the Slaver's Collar, or the Runic Pyramid. We'll see what Randomo gets to pick. I didn't get to see what rare card Randomo picked. But both players still neck and neck. This is a very intense fight. Runic Pyramid's picked up. Both players are playing out of their mind right now. Oh man, Randomositarian also got a fruit juice from that too. Onward to Act 3. Solmen picks up Runic Pyramid. Might have repeated that, my bad. Violet Lotus might be picked. Slaver's Collar. This is where the boss relics start to diverge. Both players can also opt to skip chests because the curse key will add curses to their deck. Randomositarian might want to get rid of that normality in their deck because that normality is not cool. That is kind of the saddest thing you do not want to see in your deck with lots of omnisciences. Bowling Bash going in, bowling everything down. That could have potentially been a kill on the Spiker, but did not want to take the 6 damage, so we'll see what happens here. Wallop allows him to nearly full block here, or gets the block pretty much. Just takes a bit of damage, unfortunately, because of the Thorns. Looks like this can be a kill. Gets the Omniscience. Omniscience into Omniscience will... Let's see if there's any outside scaling, any macro scaling. Solmen only got an injury. That is funny. But regardless, Solmen gets through the fight, not losing too much HP. Solmen at 66 versus Randomositarian's 78. Plus there's Fruit Juice in Randomositarian's deck, so he has 5 more HP whenever he wants it. Solmen up against the Orb Walker. Randomo up against, got the Shrine or whatever. I didn't see what Shrine it was. I think it was removal. Maybe there's no more normality. Oh no, normality's still there. So it was a different Shrine. Might take 16 damage here. Oh no, it's still Omniscience, so what am I saying? Regardless, Solmen kills the Orb Walker. Both players are really just playing bonkers fast. Oh my god, this could be a double heart kill from both players. We'll see who can get there first though. We've seen a double heart, but we haven't quite seen the, what's his face yet. If Solmen decides to go for the gold, he can remove 1 normalities, but opts to go for the safe rare relic. Slime Boss tried to show up for the run back. He said, I don't appreciate dealing 0 damage, but this is what you're dealing with, and this is Act 3 Watcher Slime Boss. I do not see a world where you survive in this turn. Slime Boss at least got to survive for 3 turns. In this turn, he might just die here. Let's see, Randomositarian has the chance to pick up a medkit, opts to get rid of normality. Still has enough gold for the medkit though, we'll see if he goes for it. There's also Protect, opts to just skip. Interesting, I think that's fair. Doesn't have to go for the medkit, does not actually go for it. Omniscience into Omniscience looks like the turn 1 play. Solmen's just playing cards left and right. Oh, but he cannot play the... Oh, that's a blunder. I still think he wins the fight, but he wasn't able to play the signature move because of the attack in hand. He does have the vault, so if he does want to try and set up more, he can still do so. But that is a slight blunder from Solmen. Very uncharacteristic misplay. But this could be a kill here. Trust Joint shows up. Wallop shows up. Bam Bam Pow. Cut Through Fate. Cutting through the Slime Boss. But he might be living here, though. Yeah, just with 1 HP. Or 13 HP. But they'll both die anyways. There's a Through Violence on the right. Toxic Hound on the left. This is a death. Randomositarian has a slight floor lead. Solmen picks up the Tori from the Slime Boss fight. Solmen up against the card shop here, goes for the remove, opts to get rid of the injury that was picked up from the earlier chest. Miracle, Wallop, this technical slammer, trying to do as much damage as it can, but Randomosity is still at 80 HP, has a slight health lead, but right now at this point, I think the floor lead matters more a ton. Randomositarian has a couple of good upgrades. Could upgrade one of the omnisciences if he wants to. Goes for the mental fortress upgrade. Up against the super elite. It is a giant head. Has extra energy now thanks to the slaver's collar. Spirit shield can do some work. We'll see if he can find omniscience before drawing both though, but should have enough block this turn. Goes for the conjure blade. Gets a 3 energy expunger. Up against the tentacle slammer again. Bam bam pow. Gets a smack. Tries to go for the curse this turn. Rushdown is now active. Tantrum's now activating, letting him draw 2 more cards from his deck. Randomositarian, still up against Super Elite, which Solmen will have to go up against in a second. Let me refresh this because Discord is bugging out quite a little bit. Not sure if that actually did anything, but we'll see. Tentacle did no damage yet again. Solmen actually healed for 2, thanks to the Blood Vial. Same for Randomositarian when I said 70 to 80, now it's 72 to 82. 2 turns away until the giant head starts attacking. So he should get a kill punchy very soon. Expunger showing up, gets all the damage in, gets the slow active, takes no damage thanks to stopping the con at the last moment. 1 giant head is now swinging. We'll see if Randomositarian can find the Wrath form, but cannot. Actually, no, he's in Wrath form. He can do Expunger here. I don't think it's lethal though. Just barely off, but he should be able to do a lot of damage here. Might take 40 though. Gets enough block. Now Solmen is up against the Super Elite as well. So I think this was the Strength Super Elite, right? Not the max HP. But regardless, everything cards getting played left and right. Giant Head still taking names, taking numbers. Randomosity gets through the fight. Unfortunately, was not below half health. He needs to be at 42 to get the healing from the Me on the Bone. But he still is more than 42 plus 12. So he should be able to get some healing here. Finds the Mind Bloom event. Guardian says, hey, I saw Slime Boss got smacked twice. Let me show my face. Maybe I can do something. I think out of the 2, Guardian and Hexagos has a higher chance of dealing damage. But with 24 block every time he shifts his stance, I don't know if he can actually do anything. He could probably stay in Wrath, to be honest, and just shift between Wrath and Calm and just never take damage. Regardless, Solmen almost done with his giant head fight. Instead of having extra energy, he saw the Runic Pyramid ticking throughout the entire act. Solmen picks up his Emerald Key, Juzu Bracelet showing up in Act 3. Solmen, not too far behind, is on his floor 42, and because he did Mind Bloom earlier, he now finds the Purifier, so now he can remove the... What will he remove? He removes the signature move, says, it's no longer signature, I have a lot more attacks under my belt. Finds the chest, says, no thank you chest, I want to go the elite. Has 2 out of 3 keys. Now, Solmen has the floor lead. This is still close. Finds the Omniscience, into Omniscience, gets the wheel kick. Tantrum, wallop, bam. Randomosity says, you have the floor lead. No, I'm gonna get this back soon. Finds the chest. The question is, will he pick it up? Gets the Omniscience, into Omniscience again for Solmen against the Rhyptomancer. Finds the chest, says no thanks, no tiny chests allowed. Goes up against the Rhyptomancer, has the extra energy now. This is such an intense fight. Both players should look back on this VOD and be proud. Gets the wheel kick, gets the damage, gets the Fear No Evil, isn't calm now. We'll see if he can find the Omniscience this turn. Gets Omniscience but draws the other Omniscience too. You hate to see it. But there's 3 Omnisciences in Randomosity's deck. There's just no way that he just... This deck's too powerful. Both players are going to get to the heart. I can feel it. But there's 68 damage coming in. And 18. He's at 12. Solmen takes 1 billion damage. Oh my god, what is happening? This run's good. Just as I say, there's so much crazy play happening. Everything's going bonkers. Oh my god. He has enough blocks to survive the first hit. And then Fairy Ball can block another hit. But he has the halt. Gets more block. Has 82 block. No damage in. Everyone's playing with fire. Oh my god. Both players are playing out of their mind once more. Rhyptomancer still stuck in stasis. Solmen vaulting over them. Gets the expunger. Gets the fruit juice. Gets the anchor. Drinks the fruit juice immediately. You could normally wait a bit more, but he says, I'm in a race. I can't think. Solmen's saying, I'm adjusting to the racing format. We're going crazy. Gets the 51 damage coming in from Randomosity's perspective, but gets the block thanks to the... Oh my god. Has the Oh, bam! Randomosity's dead! Or Rectomancer's dead. They both start with R. Solmen up against the shapes. Randomosity also in the same shapes. Same floor, same fight. There's just a giant health lead. Solmen had the health lead for most of the run, but now the shoe is on the other foot. Oh my god, this is... There was one tournament highlight match of the week last night, and it looks like we're having another one directly after that. We're at the top of the tournament, all the play is happening crazy. Solmen has to really heavily think how he's gonna approach these turns, because he is on a nice edge. Let's see. Randomosity is probably gonna get through this part of the fight. Gets a kill on the spikes. I think the spikes are probably the deadliest part of this fight, to be honest. Gets full block this turn. Picks up a through violence thanks to the cut through fate. Gets a kill. Takes no damage. Can vault if he wants to and then kill the repulsor. Randomosity is still struggling with his spikers, but he's gonna get through it, I imagine, very soon. Gets the kill. Solmen out of the fight first. Randomositarian about to get through the fight as well. Gets the wallop, so he should be able to block here enough. But opts to take more damage first. Says, I'm gonna get some healing anyways. Needs to take one more damage though, but doesn't quite get it, so Meat on the Bone does not proc here. Gets the, uses potion now, because now I can actually pick up another potion. But Solmen up against the Maw. Takes 5 damage on the first turn. Randomosity in the same fight. This is such a wonderful match. Crush Joint's active. Now, if he wants to, Solmen can go for the Omniscience, but might want to use the Conjure Blade here. We'll see. Uses Conjure Blade. Says, I'll try and get the Omniscience double on the other turn. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that he has the Runic Pyramid, so he cannot hope for that, unfortunately. Crescendo activated. Omniscience activated. Expunger activated, dealing 1 billion damage. Dealing 13 again. 200 damage dealt in one turn. This should be a dead Maw very soon. Conjure Blade active, taking no damage again thanks to the Cloak Clasp. Gets the Deus Ex Machina. Expunger will be drawn. Actually, no, it won't be. Unfortunately, but it will be drawn before the Omniscience, is what I was going to say. Tantrum active. Through Violence active. Through Violence again. Expunger. Lots of damage. Wallop active. Has enough block anyways. Still plays cards. Both players are slinging cards at an incredible rate. Solmen gets through the Maw fight. Randomosity not too far behind. Solmen goes up the right. Gets a rest. Gets a Miracle Vigilance. Goes up the right. Gets more gold for the act. Now at the Awakened one. Solmen picks up the key. Does not forget to do it. Like what Kay did last run. That was quite a blunder. Randomosity going up the same path by the looks of it. Gets the Smith. Recalls here. Goes for the question mark afterwards. Finds the Designer in Spire instead of the Golden Idol event. Opts to go for the most expensive option, getting rid of Just Lucky, and gets an upgrade on Bowling Bash. Randomositarian now deciding to either upgrade Spirit Shield. Let's see how this plays out. Both players are now on the first turn of the Awakened one. Looks like Deivafor might be not showing its face in this fight for Solmen, but we'll see what happens here. Just Lucky getting lucky enough to throw away the Eruption. Conjure Blade casted for 0. Halt casted for 0. This should be enough block. Oh, just barely. He'll take 6 damage, unfortunately. One cultist down on Randomositarian. One cultist about to die on Solmen's perspective. If he needs to, he can do a crush joints, and he still has a Fairy Bottle in deck. So right now, one thing to consider both players. Solmen has Fairy Bottle, Randomositarian does not have it, but he does have instead a Power Potion and a Blessing of the Forge. This is an intense turn. Solmen taking some time to consider what can be done. I'm not too quite sure what's in his deck exactly, but he still has the Omniscience to cast, I imagine. Now, with both cultists dead, it's Randomositarian versus the Awakened one just alone. 24 block from these mental fortresses. Every time he stops the stance, he says nothing to the Awakened one with 7 strength. Double Protect casted, double Reach Heaven hits the Awakened one both times. This should be a full block here. Takes no damage, 5 block left over. Talks to the hand is actively chooses to go for it. Flurry of Blows hitting here. Bowling Bash, lots of damage coming in. 10 HP left on the Bird Cultist. Flurry of Blows will barely not kill here, unfortunately. gets the through violence, gets the vigilance with the extra thing, gets the swap so he gets to kill the bird cultist, gets almost perfect block, takes 1 damage. Randomositarian is in Act 2 or Phase 2 of the fight. These callouts, thank you so much, Kay, for the compliment on the casting, but we still have an entire act to go through. Randomositarian does 1 billion damage, almost kills the Watcher, kills the Awakened one, gets the other to Beyond Bone. He is now onward to Act 4. Solmen's still in Phase 1, but both players are playing so crazy. This is such a wonderful play still. Randomositarian goes to the smithing area. Let's see what he decides to upgrade. Will he upgrade the options here? Goes to the wallop. Goes to the wallop. Gets 3 extra damage with more block on it thanks to that. Can pick up the either Melange, White Bee Statue, or the Whetstone. Goes for the Rushdown. Can go for the Fairy Ball if they choose to do so at the cost of one of their potions. Gets rid of the Blessing of the Forge for the Liquid Memories. I like that play a lot. Opts to keep the Power Potion. Unless, nope. On the radio elites. Oh man. Both players are just still on their final fights by the looks of it. Solmen's still in Act 1, or Phase 1 of the Awakened One fight. He might have a kill this turn on the first phase, but we'll see how he juggles around the second phase. Has 10 block on his Mental Fortress. Is about to take 80 damage this turn if he does not get the kill, but it looks like he should be able to thanks to the Expunger and the Tantrum. Or he should get perfect block with the, ability to swap back. Gets Flurry of Blows back and forth. Gets the Expunger. Has the Halt. Doesn't go for the block though, but has enough block thanks to the Cloak Clasp and has the Runic Pyramid to actually go for that on another turn. Gets the Tantrum. 1 HP down. Master Reality cast. Gets his powers casted now that the Awakened One is sleeping. He says, I'm sleep. I'm awake now, dealing 88. But he still has the Flurry of Blows in hand. Randomositarian still tackling the elite fight. Both players must be nervous right now, I imagine, because you do not know where your opponent is. You are at the Awakened One, you are at the Act 4 Elite. You're like, is my opponent at the heart? Where can they possibly be? Are they behind me? Are they ahead of me? Both players are scared, but both players should still be proud of their play. Takes a bit of damage on this turn, but should be able to not use the Fairy Bottle at 11 HP. Can use the Fairy Bottle in this turn if they choose to do so. The 1-sack Expunger is kind of unfortunate, but this still will be very close. Has Empty Fist to leave the stance if they choose to do so. Will have perfect block. I think they'll still have it next time they enter the thing. Goes for the Bowling Bash. Has perfect block here. Calipers would be good here. Taking 22 damage this turn, so if they do re-enter the Wrath stance, they can actually use the Fairy Ball if they choose to do so. But gets rid of the Void, says, I don't want to draw that quite yet. Randomosity almost done with his elite fight. We'll see what relic he gets. This is 24 billion damage, though, coming in from the Spear, but will not quite have lethal by the looks of it. I think you could just not go into Wrath unless you have the kill guaranteed. Has the Reach Heaven, though, has more card draw, has the Cut Through Fate. Says, I'm going to draw enough damage. Gets the Wrath, but that's going to be blocking a little bit. Uses Liquid Memory, says, I don't want to deal with this. Fight's done. Gets the block potion for it, gets the Gremlin Horn. Gremlin Horn, welcome to the show. You are worthless for the rest of the run. Randomositarian has Mental Fortress if they want. They have Anchor, so they have a couple of chances to play cards for free. No cards worried. Fasting, Battle Hymn, Study, all interesting cards. Study, Omniscience, 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 Omniscience is just getting casted back and forth. This has been the Omniscience run. That Pandora's box has changed so many things happening. Solmen about to be done with his fight though. Phase 2 of the Awakened One almost dead. 18 block, Insight, Tantrum, bow, 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 bow. This is enough block. This should be a kill this next turn. But the Void shows up. Vigilance has bringing more block, but has more energy thanks to the Empty Fist. After the Vigilance has 2 more energy now. Gets more damage from the Flurry of Blows. Also gets more dex thanks to the Duality. Heart is attacking for 50 on this turn. So we'll see if Randomositarian setup was enough with the Omnisciences. My hand is too full, but this guy is now dead. He is the sleepy one. Sleeping in his tomb. Expunger does more damage. Solmen onwards to Act 4. Has to be zooming up now. Has to catch up. But we'll see what happens. I need some more water. We'll see how he tackles the campfire. He could rest to get some near full HP or just at full HP or just go for the upgrade. Opts to go for the rest immediately. Gets the full HP. Let's see what the shop is. There's 600 gold in his pocket. He can go for Medkit here is pretty powerful. Art of War is also very nice for potential setup. White Beast statue could opt to get a potion reroll if he does not like any of these potions. Legit, Yumi Gremlin Torm is just another spectator like Yumi. That's what you were saying. But Medkit will help out against the heart. Art of War might get picked up right here. Does not go for the White Beast statue. Goes for the Blessing of the Forge. I like these potion picks, to be honest. Crush Joints picked up. Heart now buffing up again. Dealing another big hit directly after buffing. Rushdown showing up. Tantrum showing up. Talk to the hand because the face does not want to hear it. Solmen is just trying to get 1 billion damage through. Goes for Talk to the hand. Let's see what he draws here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have energy to actually play the Vault, but gets the Conjure Blade active. Takes some damage here. Takes 16 though because of the Tori. Crush Joints active. Vault says, let's get a reroll. Maybe he draws into Omniscience. Finally he draws the Omniscience! You can double cast everything now. Solmen still with, or Randomosity still within the heart fight. Both players still very close. I wonder what Solmen's thinking, like, where is my opponent? Randomositarian's probably still thinking the same thing. Oh my god, we'll see how this elite fight happens. There's still the Omniscience. Can Expunger for only 18, but it's not quite enough. There is the Fairy in a Bottle to absorb some damage. But he's looking at what can be considered. There is the Bowling Bash, but I'm not too sure if that's quite enough yet. There is only 49 on the Spear, and whenever he kills the shield, or 49 on the shield, if he kills the shield though, he will be able to actually reduce damage from the Spear by quite a lot. Looks like he gets the kill. One more hit. 1 more 50-50. Gets the kill. Gets the everything there. Cloak Class getting the block. Gets full block +1. It's just lucky showing up. Randomositarian only needs to burn through 264 more HP to get the victory here. Tantrum smacking up Insight, drawing more cards. 98 damage coming in through this turn. Has full block this turn on Solmen's side. Tantrum showing up here. There is only a buff turn from the Spear. We'll see if he has enough damage to get through it. Has a Miracle if he wants to. Does Expunger. Does Miracle again. Can Empty Fist, but opts to keep the card. Only draws 2 cards though because his hand's too full. Gets Energy. Gets Empty Fist. Gets the Tantrum again. Flurry of Blows. Misses the Flurry of Blows proc, but gets the Through Balance. Gets the Eruption. Gets the Tantrum. Elite Act done, but Randomositarian's 70 HP away from killing the Heart. Oh my god! This could be a lethal this turn. Heart is not invincible anymore for more than 60 HP. Spiritual getting some block here. Insight, draws more cards. Fear no evil, like, just getting the calm. And the kill happens! Oh man, congratulations to Random for the Heart kill.
Oh.
That was such an incredible match for both players. Holy smokes.
Damn it!
Solmen, you should still be proud of your play.
I'm at the heart.
Oh my god. Keep playing. I want to see the heart kill. I want to see 2 heart kills.
No, we're done.
No. I want to see the heart kill. Oh my god. That was so tense. You can definitely take this.
God damn it. Seriously?
Yeah, it's...
If you were into Pandabox as well than you, that start was ridiculous.
Yeah, both players really piloted that well. I'm very surprised both players went for that Pandora's, like, the boss relic swap, and then got the Pandora's box, and then adapted. That was... quite... This is, like, a highlight for the ages, in my opinion. There's been, like, so many highlight matches for the tournament, but I think this one might just take the cake. Because there's just way too much going on. And there's still, like... The run's not even over yet for, like, one of the players. Like, I can only imagine the nerves happening because if both of you, like, were, like, at Act 3, like, fighting the Awakened one, you're like, where the hell's the other player? But Talk to the Hand's active.
Damn it, I thought I was doing so well as well.
No, you were doing well, too.
No, I wasn't. I knew I needed to be able to beat 40 minutes, and I just couldn't.
It's cool. I still think you should be proud.
Well, like, with that kind of Pandora's reroll, there was no, I think I spent about 5 minutes on the first 3 easy
Yeah.
mode, just trying to figure out where the hell do I block, where the hell do I do damage. You don't have strikes in the fields anymore.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that if you're
Oh.
able to make a worksheet.
I didn't even get omniscience and omniscience
the
here.
better way to go.
This is at least a good turn to
Oh, damn.
get
That's
the
a
big
really
attack.
unlucky call.
Because you do get the,
Yes,
what's his face at
great
least.
for upgrades too.
Because the variant bottle will technically block, quote unquote.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is kind of sucky to not draw the omniscience omniscience, because that's pretty much determined like how the run's been going for both players. Like who gets their omniscience off, like in their turns.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But like casting this was actually a pleasure because there was way too much happening with both players. There was like I was saying like, oh, like this person has this lead, this person has that lead, but
I
oh,
can't
full
believe
block
you
anyways.
fucking beat me, Randomosity.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I thought I was doing so well.
No, you. Both of you guys are
I
still.
wasn't. I knew I needed pre-40-minute kills if I wanted to win.
Yeah, but honestly speaking, like these were two tournament titans going up against each other. Like one had to lose, and I just do think that. But
Even the bone was actually the wrong purchase, I think. I'm normally used to Lethal on the Bone being too good, but that one was too strong to justify it. It just needed time.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I got a 300 damage expunger against a slime boss.
Yeah. Like I saw you like flicking your mouse over the slime boss too. You're like, Prism, look at this damage. But
And I totally forgot to put press the key and open the active chest and found a normality. I actually had to use like one of my two omniscience.
Yeah, no, that was the funny thing too, actually, because when you opened your chest for the strike dummy, or instead of the sapphire key, Solmen got an injury and you got a normality.
Oh,
so I would say you got the better end of that deal. But what's his face?
I totally forgot about it. If I'd remembered, I would have just gone to Act 3 and looked for a path where there was a merchant following a shop.
Yeah. Looks like this is a lethal over 2 turns.
It is. It doesn't matter. I wasn't good enough. Motherfucker, I'm so pissed.
It's fair to be sad, but I still think this is like... Oh man. Like, it does suck to be told that, but it really just was ridiculous levels of play. Like, honestly, like, this was this close to it being anyone. And this is the first double heart kill in the tournament, I'm pretty sure, so that's something to have under your belt over, like, other players.
Not happy about it.
That's fair. I understand not being happy about it. Expunger dealing damage, Wallop dealing damage, Bowling Bash? Bowling Bash?
Which is mostly the
Oh man. Nice. Finishes off with the joints. Oh man.
I knew I needed to be able to get before 40 minutes if I wanted to win. I just couldn't do it.
I mean, it was 44 minutes technically on Randomositarian, but to 48. But like, honestly speaking, like,
Oh well. Good game.
GG's. I guess I could DMK now. I'll be right back real quick. Wow. What a match! Holy smokes. Give me a second, real quick. I'm gonna go into the Discord to message. Oh man. My mind's blown. I'm still reeling back from that. I'll see. You're gonna head out, CC? Yeah, you deserve some rest. It's like probably super late by you or whatever, or super early in the morning. Enjoy your rest. Thanks for tuning in. Sucks you couldn't see the finals, but the VOD will still be available. Just a second. I just need. Looks like Random was about to like just run again. Just say I want to go for a super victory lap. Oh my god, yeah. Give me a sec. I need to decompress after that. That was quite the run. Shout out to both players once again. I can understand Solmen Salt, very healthy. Both players playing extremely well, but one has to just win, one has to lose.